back and understand what they can bring to the table.
Well, it gets back to what you're about, and it's defense every single possession, getting after it. You know, keep people out of the tunnel, whether it's at the high post or the low post. Don't let the drive happen, and there she is.
Maria Vadiva, finally, the wait is over. Coming over from Russia, and she is active. We shall soon see if she will dress out, but I know they are excited to have her on the roster for the Sparks. 19 years old now with the Sparks team, and they're excited to have her.
And she's excited to be here as well. Her brother came over with her, will be here all summer long, so a new day will dawn when she puts the uniform on and takes the floor for the first time.
Sparks start off with the ball on their side. Thanks everyone for watching. Again, I'm Angel Gray alongside analyst Mary Murphy. Nneka was the first attempt, and it drains.
And we saw a lot of these Sparks out here early, working individually, whether it's at the foul line, the three, putting the ball on the floor.
Brian Agler talked with us just about the defense and how that sparks it right there. You can see it with Candace Parker, steal and convert.
We talked about that in the open. Getting Parker involved, pushing the tempo. This is a Chicago team certainly that wants to play fast as well.
Quigley letting it fly. That's something that she does best, leading the team in scoring.
Let's say simply, if you go behind a screen or you don't switch or you don't find her early, she's going to score. She's that good.
Definitely has to be a communication there, especially off the high screen with Quigley coming off. Sims on the wing right now. Chelsea Gray with Quigley on her, denying her the ball. Nneka attempts the three, no good. Gabby Williams with the rebound.
Sims on Quigley. Beard on Courtney Vandersloot.
No early help, but that is a second chance opportunity by Indoor, but doesn't convert there. Candace Parker with rebound, and that's one thing that's great about her. She can just get the ball and go and start the offense on her own. Almost a turnover there by the Sparks. Luck up, and it will be their ball.
But those are shots that Seattle didn't miss on Thursday night. They got second opportunities. They put those in.
Chelsea Gray taking the ball out, finds Candace on the inside, doesn't knock it down. Gabby Williams with another rebound.
Chicago coming off the loss at Phoenix, and Beard with the steal.
And Odyssey Sims goes up and gets fouled by Gabby Williams. We do have a Chicago Sky player on the floor at this point.
And Vandersloot goes down immediately, and the push ahead by Sims. And Vandersloot will go to the bench with the trainer.
Definitely keep our eye out on Courtney Vandersloot, but you can tell just with Coach Brian Agler and what he was speaking about, the sense of urgency with his team, how they get stops. When they are their best, they are defensively unstoppable, and that's how they start their offense. You can see how that's gone for them so far in this game.
Well, all season long, both Odyssey Sims and Chelsea Gray have scored in double figures. They've really been on top of their games. Not so much with that Seattle game where both of them under 10 points, 6 points for Odyssey Sims. For Chelsea Gray, she had 8 points. So you need them involved and very aggressive on the offensive end to be successful.
So this is Odyssey Sims, 71% free throw shooter, knocks it down for her squad right now, 6-2 to push the lead for the Sparks.
But we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about Dan Hughes' team. They were terrific on the defensive end.
So many pieces. I mean, at every layer, everyone was coming in. Natasha Howard had a big game as well. Brianna Stewart, Sue Bird do what they do best, Indoor. 15-footer, knocks it down.
And Alicia Clark on the defensive end, the prolific scorer in college. She just really got after it on the defensive end of the floor for Seattle. But just trying to be sharper on this offensive end, spread the floor.
That they do, and Samira Faulkner leading the way so far for her offense in the sky. Trying to see if she can get some offense created. Sims on that matchup, preventing her from doing just that. traveling. Talk about the team defense, Mary. I mean, it starts there. You can sense that that's been important to them so far in this game.
Exactly right. As Vandersloot continues to sit, Faulkner over the years has played very well against Los Angeles. They've had a hard time just containing her and keeping her out of the paint. So you know that will be a focus today as well.
Sparks have the ball on the offensive side, but there will be a charge called on Candace Parker, which will be her first.
Yeah, they're going to get her for a moving screen.
And defensively, Mary, already 3 turnovers by the Chicago Sky, in which the Sparks have scored 4 points out of that.
It's one of the areas that LA really excels, forcing turnovers. They force their opponents into 19 a game.
Nneka Ogwumike with the rebound, dishes it off to Candace Parker. Beautiful pass by Candace Parker, finding Chelsea Gray on the inside. Not the only one that can pass the dime.
And LA is at their best when Parker rebounds and pushes, and you fill the lane and you just break down transition defense.
And that's what Coach Ackler was saying as well. If we score, we have an opportunity to get back on the defensive end. In that Seattle game, they didn't have many opportunities to do that. Block foul called on Elena Beard, but let's go back to that last back and nice dime by Candace Parker.
Well, and she's a tough check because you're worried about her going by you. So just a beautiful dish, and Gray not having to handle it. She can just run that lane and finish at the rim.
And Stu Endor as well as Gabby Williams were playing off, almost forcing Candace Parker to take that outside shot. Instead, she finds Chelsea Gray diving to the basket. Courtney Vandersloot, double team at the top with Beard and Gray. They find Gabby Williams, 15-footer, does not fall. Nneka Ogwumike with another rebound.
She didn't miss many of those at Phoenix. 10 of 13 in the desert.
Nneka Ogwumike now with 3 rebounds. Candace Parker going to work on the inside. Count it.
Gabby Williams at 5'11", will guard bigs, as we've seen. Last year, she was the National College Defensive Player of the Year. That time, the experience and size of Parker comes away with points.
Jamira Faulkner left wide open at the top of the key, and she makes the Sparks pay.
She has extended her range.
Odyssey Sims working on the inside. It doesn't fall. Gabby Williams cleans the board and comes up with another rebound. Right now, the Chicago Sky are shooting 37% from the field. And that is another turnover. Candace Parker just saying, yeah, that's my bad.
But I love the body language from Nneka Ogwumike. Goes right up. It's like, Candace, we're okay, let's go. On the way back, communicates with Chelsea Gray. Who's got who? Let's communicate. Let's be on the same page.
The Sparks are one of those teams that they constantly talk about their team chemistry, how they trust one another, how they're there for one another. That's one of those instances, especially with Nneka Ogwumike, knowing that that's not the last time we're probably going to make a mistake, but just moving on from it. Next play.
Kepi Pondexter on the floor. She's guarding DeShields.
Missed shot, and here we go. Candace Parker leading the way up the floor. Getting her team into an offense, finds another route, gets to the right-hand side and finishes.
And Coach, the rookie, you know, here comes Candace for the first time in her career, and Candace got the better of that one.
In control, very poised, knew exactly what she wanted to do with it the entire time. Jamira Faulkner, Gabby Williams on the outside, attempt no good. What a pass by Chelsea Gray to Nneka Ogwumike.
Saw it the whole way, and it was like if you've got a manual transmission car, you're going from 4th to 5th, and boom, the pass is there.
Defensively, we know that they've made an adjustment. Offensively, what have you seen so far for the Sparks?
Well, when you D up, you get steals, you get rebounds, you don't allow second shots, and you're allowed to push into tempo.
Gabby Williams with the missed attempt there. Will go out of bounds, and there is a timeout on the floor.
Coming off a tough loss to Seattle, Candace Parker has been Candace Parker. Running the floor, dealing it, finishing it, Nneka.
Welcome back. We do have a game going on. I know that's the beach. I mean, I don't know if they're teasing us here, but we have some great action going on at Staples Center right now. Sparks have the early lead, 14-7 against Chicago Sky. Diamond DeShields has checked into the game. Gabby Williams going for it and denied by Candace Parker.
Block shot.
Chelsea Gray falling to the floor trying to get Candace Parker the ball. And she goes to work once again. Finishes in the paint.
Candace Parker is playing like Candace Parker, and we can't say it enough on the defensive end. Getting it involved, coming across with the help and the block and then the push ahead.
And that's how you want your veterans as well as your leaders on the team to respond after a tough loss. Candace Parker had 6 points and 3 rebounds already today. She's exceeding that, 8 points today.
Coming into this game, she did not have a block this season. She already has 2 in the first quarter against Chicago. Hello.
And Chelsea Gray doing what she does best, finding Candace Parker on that roll to the basket.
That's really what this season's all about, the ebbs and the flows, to take a tough game and turn right around and get back after it, get back to who you are.
Brian Agler said we did a terrible job as far as reading what the defense was giving us so far. They have done an outstanding job finding one another on the inside. Raquana Williams lets it fly. Doesn't go down, touches every part of the rim but the bottom.
If you're open, she's got to take that shot.
She is a player that scored 51 points in her career. Gabby Williams finds Faulkner on the inside for 2 points.
At the end, the big run by Los Angeles.
If you're joining us, scored 18-9 right now. Chicago Sky down.
Talked about it, no blocks coming into this game. She already has 2. Beautiful job there, and then get it, and everybody else sprint and let's go. And the little slip to the bucket and delivering the pass. Chelsea Gray, those two have such good chemistry on the floor.
Putting both sides of the floor together. Candace Parker with the defensive stop as well as rolling to the basket and scoring there. We've got Cappy Pondexter at the line right now. We've got a lot of good minutes in that Seattle game.
The Chicago native, Cappy Pondexter, 3 seasons in Chicago, signed as a free agent with Los Angeles for this year. Last year she started 15 games for the Sky.
Oh, named one of the top 15 players in WNBA history. That's not a bad thing for her as well. 2-time WNBA champion. The list goes on and on for her.
She did that with Phoenix.
Vandersloot. Good to see that she is okay back in the game. A turnover. That is number 4 for the Chicago Sky. Chelsea Gray looking to execute. That she does. High finish off the glass.
Did a beautiful job of not forcing it. And once she turned the corner, just use that backboard, have it be your friend.
And that's exactly right, Mary. Just her getting to a point where she's not forcing anything and just really playing off what the defense is giving her. Chelsea Gray is one of the toughest, strongest players in the league. And there you go, Cheyenne Parker getting to the rim. Gets fouled, and she will go to the free throw line for 2. That's Nneka Ogwumike's first personal foul.
Already 10 players have taken the floor for the Chicago Sky. And that's what this Chicago Sky team wants to do. They want to beat you with their depth. They want to keep coming at you. Of course, Dolson will not play, and Lene Harper, the rookie out of Ohio State, has not been on the floor yet as well. But everybody else on the roster has been on the floor.
Cheyenne Parker finished with 8 or more points in the first 6 games of the season off of the bench. She's been an immediate impact, and Coach Stocks loves what she's getting from her so far. Called her the X Factor by herself.
She played well at Phoenix, 21 minutes, 11 points on 4 of 6 shooting. I'll play with that small lineup with Essence Carson at the 4.
And Cappy Pondexter, 1 too many steps, travel called. And that's 3 turnovers for the Sparks as well.
Good to see Vandersloot back on the floor after getting poked in the eye. After you see LeBron get poked and what he was able to play with, I mean, it's tough to sit out, isn't it?
It's tough. And then LeBron playing, I guess, with a broken hand. I mean, hey, you got to be tough to play this game. Gabby Williams corrals it. Nice dish underneath to Cheyenne Parker by Gabby Williams.
Raquana Williams wanted the travel, but a nice job of being unselfish and just looking for a better shot.
Gabby Williams talked about hitting a wall and saying, one of these days my game is going to get going, and it did just that against Phoenix as Nneka Ogwumike gets to the basket and one.
Just Nneka being Nneka. She's so tough to defend in that mid-post area. Is she going to take the shot? No. Parker comes out on her, and she just goes right by her. Late rotation. Oh, nope, it's over. Nice finish. Yeah, Gabby Williams has a nice blog going on ESPN.com where she's really talking about being a rookie and what that experience is like.
That was very interesting how she said it never stops. We're talking about games every other day, and we know the compact of the schedule just with the World Games going on and for this season. But she said, I now have to talk about what's going on overseas. But that shows you, even with Maria Vadiva coming into this game and then waiting for Jantel Lavender, it's nonstop for these women, and they just go on and they compete at the very highest level when they get here to the WNBA.
And the other reality is you're going to lose games. At UConn didn't lose many. They're on a 3-game losing streak.
I think she said she lost 3 or 4.
Excuse me. Yeah, they've lost 4 of 5. So I haven't lost this many games almost in my entire career.
There you go. We'll have to check in to see what Gino has to say about that.
Allie Quigley at the line.
So we do have Allie Quigley at the line for one shot. We're trying to...
Nneka's trying to get an explanation as well. And as we like to do here at the Staples Center, it's time for a review.
Get the popcorn, maybe a slice of pizza for this weight.
You know, since we worked last, I went back and read the rule book and spent a couple hours doing that. And these reviews at the max are supposed to last 2 minutes.
Okay.
Unless more review is needed. But 2 minutes is the amount of time they are trying to wrap it up.
Should I play some old school? You know this? Lani, Lani. Lani, Lani. Lani. Who old enough to know it? Who old enough? No music. You know what? Sing. Lani, Lani. We don't close the
So we are not on the floor so that the officials can come over and explain it to us.
There'll be one free throw for Chicago in possession.
So it was an away from the play foul by Raquana Williams. One free throw here for Quigley in possession Chicago.
Well, that's certainly a player that you want her to shoot the ball, shooting over 85% for her squad. But we showed you the replay. That's what we could give you at the time, and that was an away from the ball foul at that time. Quigley knocks it down. They do have the ball with 6 seconds left on the game clock. Quigley, Cheyenne Parker fakes up and in. Makes the score 26-16 after the first quarter.
A strong finish by Chicago to kind of decrease that lead, but LA, good job defensively forcing the action and offensively just really clicking on all cylinders.
You see Cheyenne Parker up and under, finishing so well, trying to cut it close for Chicago Sky.
Candace Parker already more points in this first quarter than she had in the entire game against the Seattle Storm. Defending, 2 block shots already, and then just going to work. She's 5 of 6, 10 points in transition, great vision, little crossover here, attack the rack, 3 rebounds, steal, Just beautiful watching Candace Parker play in that aggressive fashion against her hometown team.
And good so far for them, and you can see there just with the 69% from the field so far for the Sparks, Mary.
Exactly right. When Candace and Nneka, when they go, this team really does a great job on the offensive end.
Quigley, shot attempt doesn't go. Gabby Williams comes up with another rebound. Shot no good. Odyssey Sims has it. Just a couple of first quarter stats. LA, 20 of their 26 points came in the paint. Now this is a team that obviously tilts their hat on the defensive end, and they already have 3 steals in the game, and they lead the league in steals with about 9. Passing the ball around, finds Chelsea Gray at the buzzer, doesn't fall, but Chantel Lavender there to clean it up, but Cheyenne Parker denying that on the inside. It's 7 seconds on the shot clock. Fumbling it around just a little bit around the perimeter. 1 second, doesn't get the ball off for Elena Beard.
An outstanding job in the first quarter by LA on the defensive end, not allowing Chicago to get comfortable with that 3 ball. They are terrific. They're second in the WNBA at 38% from distance, just 1 of 5. 20%, and that's what you've got to do as a team that wants to get layups and they want to get threes.
Playing the percentages, as you said, Mary, and just understanding where the shooters are on the floor. You have Odyssey Sims right now on Quigley and for Vandersloot. A player that just really is the floor general for her squad. Elena Beard has that assignment. Nneka Ogwumike on Gabby Williams. Quigley with the shot fake. Doesn't like it. Finds Diamond Shields on the outside. Doesn't fall.
3 rookies on the floor for the Chicago Sky. I mean, the youth movement is real. No fear for playing a whole lot of rookies.
I mean, and that goes across the league. A lot of the rookies have really put on a show. About Asia Wilson as well, the #1 overall draft pick for the Aces, putting on a show. Quigley still not being able to find the bottom. Nneka Ogwumike, 2 Sky jerseys around her, no problem at all. Finishes on the left side.
It's one of the things that Nneka has a great ability. Catch the ball in traffic. Understand the catch has to come before that finish.
Her teammates constantly talk about her hands. How they trust her when the ball goes up that she's going to go get it. Chelsea Gray has the ball coming up the floor now. Chicago 0 for 5 from the field so far this quarter. But Nneka Ogwumike is just the opposite.
It's like just playing basketball on an obstacle course. Like, you're here, I'm going to go there. You come back, I'm going to find an angle. And Chicago needs to find an answer for Nneka.
Nneka Ogwumike, one of those players that just makes it look so easy. Nneka Ogwumike right now with 10 points to finish off. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Staples Center. Score is 30-16. The Sparks have the lead right now, and we're here live. Gabby Williams, another shot attempt, doesn't make it, but goes in for the second chance opportunity and third, but they do not fall for Gabby.
Interesting lineup on the floor for Chicago. They have gone small, and Nneka on that possession was guarding Diamond DeShields.
Got to make do. Elena Beard rises for the shot, doesn't fall, and it will stay with the Sparks, who have been on a roll so far. Candace Parker as well as Nneka Ogwumike, 10 of 12 from the field so far from the game. The rest of the team, 10 points, 3 for 8. Chelsea Gray doing what she does best, and she's definitely found her teammates. Already has 3 assists on the game. Turnover there.
All of those assists on Nneka Ogwumike baskets. On the switch, Nneka picks up Quigley.
Seeing if they can get the ball inside, especially with the disparity on the inside. 24-8 right now. The Sparks are leading in that department. The shot by Vandersloot, no good, no problem. Cheyenne Parker flies in for the finish.
their first basket of the quarter, and they have just been doing a great job getting O-boards, getting second opportunities, the first one they've been able to put down.
That's what it comes down to, Mary. Right now, they're shooting 25% from the field, and they're getting the opportunities, but they haven't been falling for them. But they have been falling for Candace Parker, now boosting her score up to 12. Foul on the floor.
Looks like they're going to get Odyssey Sims for fighting through the screen. But maybe that makes you think about setting the screen next time if you got Odyssey just kind of barreling right through you.
Odyssey has never come up against a match that she was intimidated by. One of those fearless players on this team, Candace Parker, denies the ball going on the inside to Cheyenne Parker, and on the weak side, Elena Beard was there for the help as well.
Well, Candace has to use her quickness and really think through that when she's guarding Parker. Again, Nneka on Gabby Williams.
Chelsea Gray on Quigley. A team assignment with her being able to finish so well, but at this point it's defending the glass and keeping the Chicago Sky off the glass. Cheyenne Parker with another O-board finishing.
Yeah, she's doing a great job of just keeping them close. 8 points in 9 minutes of play, 3 rebounds. Offensive end doing the work.
Trying to keep it going for the Sparks. That shot for Candace Parker does not go. While Diamond Shields brings the ball up the floor, gives them a little in and out. And that foul will go against Chelsea Gray. And that will be her first.
Second team foul on Los Angeles. The Shields has struggled a bit, has not scored yet.
Cappy Pondexter now in the game for Odyssey Sims. And she will have the matchup between Allie Quigley. Cheyenne Parker.
Not shy, but she can make those threes.
1 for 9 from the three-point line for the Chicago Sky, but Cheyenne Parker has been that bright light for the Chicago Sky so far. Gabby Williams. Nice look at the rim, but it doesn't fall for her.
She's going to have some nightmares tonight on some of these missed shots. Great opportunities, terrific hustle, just no finish.
Tough night so far for Gabby Williams. 1 for 9, 0 for 1 from the three-point line. Quickly pushing the pace.
As well as the offense was clicking, suddenly just disconnected, not really able to get it going.
Elena Beard trying to get back on the action. And a foul will be called against Candace Parker. And that will be her second, team third.
It's one of those shots that Vandersloot just really has down on that drive. Go opposite, use the basket as a little helper for your shot and try to curl it back in on the reverse.
Especially when the Sparks were trying to recover at that time with Elena Beard going after the steal at that point. Vandersloot makes him pay, gets to the rim.
You got thunder sticks? Let me hear the thunder then.
Beard will sit. Just got 2 personal fouls. Candace Parker with 2.
Courtney Vandersloot has led the team in assists the first 2 games since returning overseas play. Missed the first 4 games. She had a season high 9 assists in the game against Las Vegas.
She's an assist machine. Play with Courtney Vandersloot, be ready.
One of those players where you want to watch them. It's almost like a point guard clinic that you just learn so much from watching the film on her, how she breaks it down. Another guard, such as Chelsea Gray, just like that, just finds players. You don't see it developing until she passes it. Those are the type of players that we have here in the WNBA. Indoor takes a shot from the free throw line. It doesn't fall. Cheyenne Parker with another O-board and another one added to it. Have a feeling I'm going to repeat with Cheyenne Parker getting O-boards for this team and gets another 2. One of the last 7 field goal attempts.
The 5th pick in 2015 by Chicago out of Middle Tennessee State, and she single-handedly is keeping Chicago within striking distance with her work ethic on the O boards.
Cheyenne Parker
just finds the ball, tracks it, and just finds the rim and does not give up on the ball. And she has Chicago a whole lot closer.
Welcome back to Staples Center. The Sparks have an 8-point lead over the Chicago Sky at this point, 32-24. And there you have it, Nneka Ogwumike doing what she does best, so efficient from the floor. That's one of the reasons she's second in the league as far as efficiency, shooting about 60%.
Exactly right. 3 of 4 in the first quarter so far, 2 of 3 in this quarter. But what this team needs to get a handle on is the defensive boards. 8 offensive rebounds by Chicago, 3 by Gabby Williams, 4 by Cheyenne Parker. And they are staying in this ballgame. They have 7 more shots from the floor because of that. And they're close, and they're only shooting 27%.
Absolutely, but when you have Nneka Ogwumike taking care of business on the inside, such as that, you got to say, okay, let's see how this can start going on the defensive after that. Jamira Faulkner. Cheyenne Parker, who has been outstanding so far in this first half, 12 points, 6 boards already in the game.
In 11 minutes. I mean, talk about making your presence felt inside.
And still working. Stu indoor. Another rebound, another O board for the Chicago Sky. And there will be a foul on the play, which will keep it on this end.
Rebounding has been an issue for LA. They're the last ranked rebounding team in the WNBA at 26 a game. And clearly, you can't run if you don't get the defensive board and then you kick it out in transition. So you're giving up opportunities on both ends.
Essence Carson on that last play picks up the foul. That is the 14th foul for the Sparks. Diamond Shields speed dribbling off of that high screen. Doesn't fall for her. And Chelsea Gray sees Nneka Ogwumike sprinting down. But Indoor doing a great job in transition of stopping that play. Missed jumper by Chelsea Gray. And Cheyenne Parker continues to add in that department on the rebounds. Missed attempt at the rim for Jamira Faulkner, but there will be a foul on the floor.
And the foul by Carson is because she's trying to box out. She's trying to get the big and move her out of the way.
That'll be Essence Carson's second foul on the game, and the Sparks are sitting at 5 team fouls so far. No team fouls for the Chicago Sky.
So again, despite shooting 24% from the floor, Chicago keeping it close because of all the hard work on the O boards.
Stu Indoor at the free throw line. For the season, she has been perfect from the free throw line.
Picking up a lot of minutes in Dolson's absence, and another offensive rebound by Chicago.
And Mary, here we have it. Another O board for the Chicago Sky. The will to one, and there you go. Quigley getting going, and why not? Especially when you give yourself those second chance opportunities. While Candace Parker throws her towel at the floor and goes into the table to check in. Turnover by Raquana Williams, trying to find Nneka Ogwumike on the inside. Chicago Sky only down 7, shooting at 26%. And Mary, to your point, it starts on that offensive end when they're getting those second chance opportunities.
Exactly right. I mean, their shooters haven't gotten it going yet, but inside, the hard work by Williams, the hard work by Cheyenne Parker, and Endor really has set the table for them to be in the position they're in.
Really working on the inside. And there you have it right there. Kalia Copper with a nice take on the inside for 2. Gabby Williams gambles, doesn't get it, but Chelsea Gray misses the rim, but Raquana Williams right there. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. But there will be a timeout on the sideline for the Sparks by Brian Agler.
Great opportunity to have a conversation with the ref when you're holding the basketball. But for Los Angeles, this is you got to make Chicago work on the defensive end. They are not a good defensive team. They're 8th ranked. They give up 80 points a game. Make them get after it.
Well, they're going to take a break. So will we. We'll be back right after this. Sparks 34-29. Welcome back to Staples Center, and the Sparks right now have the 34-29 lead, but the Chicago Sky look good on their offense. They've improved, not so much from the field goal percentage, but as far as creating those second chance opportunities for themselves. Chelsea Gray trying to find Candace Parker on the inside. And it doesn't go for them. Indoor with the rebound. Quigley pushing the pace in transition. Raquana Williams with the matchup on Quigley. Gabby Williams finding Indoor in the corner. Copper in the corner.
And finally a one and done.
Think about that timeout and what that meant for Brian Agler. That's probably one of the things he emphasized in that huddle. Quigley, the turnover for the Sparks. That's number 6. And what a dive to the basket by Indoor for 2.
And the 14-point lead by Los Angeles has just melted away, and it's done that with turnovers, but certainly second chance points and all the hard work on the O boards by Chicago.
And we haven't seen a lot from Candace Parker and Neko Gumake, still sitting at 12 points. They were there early in the second quarter. So far, the Chicago Sky have responded and trying to throw some different things and prevent them from going off even more in this game.
13 seconds left till halftime. That is the first foul, team foul on Chicago. So what does that tell you? That LA's been shooting a lot of jump shots, that they haven't been putting the ball on the floor, they haven't been in attack mode, they haven't gotten the ball inside to their post players and drawn contact.
You could see the double teams too coming as soon as Candace Parker touches the ball on the inside. So how do they adjust? 11 seconds on the shot clock right now. Candace Parker lets it go, and Cheyenne Parker pleading her case. Nonetheless, there will be a foul there.
And a technical as well.
That's her first personal foul. Second in the last 2 minutes. Technical foul also assessed to Cheyenne Parker.
So Cheyenne Parker picks up the personal foul against Candace Parker on the 3, as well as the technical foul where Chelsea Gray steps up and shoots and scores that free throw.
I mean, the difference in the field goal attempts. So for Chicago.
And now at the line, shooting 3, number 3, Candace Parker.
But they've put themselves, Mary, in a position where they can be successful just on the offensive end and creating second chance opportunities. And I know that Brian Agler is going to want to talk to his squad just about that after this free throw. 9 seconds left. Got one more with the foul on the three-point line by Cheyenne Parker.
A 4-point gift.
It was 3 points right there before the half, and quickly gets to the sweet spot, doesn't quite finish. Neko Gumake pulls down the rebound. And you gotta hope that they can take a deep breath going into halftime and knowing that there's a 7-point lead by the Sparks. But Chicago Sky can't be too disappointed being in the game, shooting only 28%, and get a chance to talk about it at halftime.
LA holds on to the lead. They have been at their best when they're in transition. Gotta find an answer to the defensive rebounding end because Cheyenne Parker's been having her way. So far, LA in the lead.
Welcome back to Staples. Sparks have a 38-31 lead over the Chicago Sky. And let's take a look at today's scratch report presented by Select Physical Therapy, the official physical rehabilitation provider of the Los Angeles Sparks. And there, Stephanie Dolson out with a hamstring. And for the Sparks, Maria Vadiva finally here from Russia, the 19-year-old who has been a phenom, first-round draft pick for the Sparks, 11th overall. They're excited to put a jersey on her eventually and see what she can do for this squad.
Hasn't been able to practice, so they will get her going tomorrow and get her ready and get her in the middle of that huddle. Maybe be ready for Tuesday when we have Atlanta here. Pretty excited to see her play.
Time will tell. Vadiva played for Dynamo Kursk in Russia alongside Sparks forward Nneka Ogwumike. She also played with some other individuals, Angel McCautry, so if she's back for that game, she will be going against her for that game on Tuesday. So she is no stranger to the talent here in the WNBA. It'll be fun to see her in that Sparks jersey. But until then, we have a good one going on here right now with the Chicago Sky. They do have the ball coming in from the break. As you're just now joining us, I'm Angel Gray alongside Mary Murphy, and this will be a good one. Gabby Williams with the ball, finding Indoor for the three-pointer, doesn't fall. Three-point woes continue to burge for the Sky. 1 for 11, shooting 9% from that area.
And on the positive note for LA, you start the third quarter coming out of half with a defensive rebound.
Gabby Williams and Cheyenne Parker trying to do everything they can do to keep the ball out of Candace Parker's hands. That is a turnover for the Sparks. They're 8th in this game. Courtney Vandersloot looking to get her team ready. Only 1 assist so far in this game. Quigley from deep. Doesn't fall. And that percentage just continues to drop from the three-point line for the Sky. Chelsea Gray, trying if she can body on the inside, finds Odyssey Sims. Ogwumike on the three. Doesn't fall. Elena Beard hits it out of bounds. It will be the Chicago Sky ball.
Good movement, good player movement. Nneka can't knock down the shot.
That's what you want to see from your team. It doesn't fall for you. You don't get points out of it, but that's great movement by them. Everyone touched the ball on the floor, and that's a shot that they want in their offense.
Beard checking Vandersloot.
Doing a good job so far in that matchup. Vandersloot only with 1 assist and 2 points so far in this game. And another missed three by Allie Quigley. She is now 0 for 3 from the three-point line.
And if Quigley keeps shooting it, she's not going to keep missing it. She shoots 48% for the season from distance, 10 of 21 coming into this game.
It's that short-term memory. Shooters are always going to shoot.
But it's just important for LA just to stay engaged and really understand you got to find Allie Quigley always.
When she's hot, she is white hot, just being able to let it fly. I know that you watched the All-Star game last year, and just with her walking away with the three-point championship, just with that chip, is really nice. Especially going up against Sue Bird. Odyssey Sims is in the passing lane, almost comes up with the steal. Not quite, though. The Sky will get the ball back right about midcourt.
Well, the best way to defend a shooter, don't let her get the ball.
That's always nice.
Shot clock at 3.
So you know Quigley has a quick release. And Vandersloot, one of the best at finding. Quigley does get the ball at the top of the key, has plenty of time, lets it fly. And on key, Mary, she lets it fly from the free throw line and drops it.
Well, she understands stop and pop as well as anybody.
Like you said, you don't want to see Allie Quigley get hot. And now she has 7 points, but Candace Parker on the inside. And that'll be 17 for Candace Parker. She had a quiet second quarter, but let's go back and look at Allie Quigley. Understanding 3 seconds on the clock.
Just a great job going left and clock right in front of you. Knock it down. Tough to defend. Terrific hustle by Gray. Did not give up a layup.
Vandersloot finds Cheyenne Parker on the inside, but will be called for the offensive foul.
One of the few times LA has really defended Cheyenne Parker because she was in the offense and not just on the offensive board. Agwumike working hard on it. You can see the clear out with the left arm by Cheyenne Parker, and she gets the call.
Nneka Agwumike not bailing her out with that foul as well. You can't use that off arm to prevent the defender from blocking the shot. But Candace Parker finding Chelsea Gray again underneath.
Good morning.
Good morning. Or good afternoon, where we are right now. Vandersloot calls a timeout, and much needed right now. 42-33, 9-point lead with the Sparks. And what a look by Candace Parker.
Parker, baseball inside. Like, she's a tight end in the middle. Just put it away.
Welcome back here at Staples Center. Sparks hold a 42-33 lead over the Chicago Sky, and it's been going their way in that third quarter. Candace Parker, how amazing has she been? Has scored or assisted on 9 of the team's last 17 field goals.
She's got all that size at 6'4", the vision, just the ultimate point forward.
Quigley lets it go. Elena Beard with the rebound finds Chelsea Gray.
CP says, give me the ball.
You like the sense of urgency there, but Cheyenne Parker saying, not here against me. Candace Parker wanted the contact there. Vandersloot seeing if she can find something on the inside. 32-20 is the point disparity in the paint so far for the Sparks.
Gabby Williams couldn't get that rebound, but pokes it back out.
And they find Cheyenne Parker on the inside. There will be a delay of game on the Chicago Sky for Cheyenne Parker in that point. 14 points, 6 for 9 from the field by Cheyenne Parker. Earlier we discussed Stephanie Dolson and her being out and what that means for this team and who's going to be able to step up. I would say that Cheyenne Parker has been that and more so far.
Yeah, she has done a great job of just asserting her will inside with all that size. And a nice job of posting up Vandersloot down low, and Chelsea Gray, and Candace Parker will talk a lot about this, the ability of Chelsea Gray to really move to just about any position, move her down that post with that size, and she's able to be a post player as well.
That foul that's putting Chelsea Gray to the line went against Allie Quigley. That's going to be her.
But it doesn't matter if you're talking about NBA, WNBA, the three-point shot has become just so important for teams. But so far in this game, it has not played a factor whatsoever. 1 of 13, the Chicago Sky, in LA hasn't knocked on one either.
So if that's not going for you, you definitely want to see how else you are scoring. And so far for the Sparks, they've been able to get it done on the inside, shooting 48% from the field, 32 points on the inside. That is an offensive charge going the other way.
We're going to get Gabby Williams on that one.
For Gabby Williams, trying to get to the basket.
Nice hesitation. And again, it's all about defense. It's about team defense, rotating, recognizing who's beat and where and getting there. And Gray delivers the help. Sacrificing your body, understanding what's most important. Great play by Chelsea Gray. They get another opportunity and another look at the offensive end. Sims begging for the ball on the outside. Doesn't make the shot, but she does get fouled. That'll be 3 shots. That foul is going against Vandersloot. Second time in this game where a three-point shooter's been fouled. This time it's Vandersloot flying out at Odyssey Sims.
And Odyssey Sims had her mind made up. She was going to shoot before she got the ball. Begging for the ball, and she steps up to the line for 3.
Part of her game that is still evolving. 4 of 12 from 3-point so far this season. She's looking for it more. She's more confident in it. Do you need to fly out with that kind of aggression? I'm not sure.
One of those players, we talked with her earlier in the season, and she said, you know what, my confidence is built just because I know what I need to do for this team. Deflects on anything that can just be against Odyssey Sims and her taking the credit. She's like, I know what we want for this season. We got to grow, and I know that I need to be better for this team, and that shows a lot of maturity in her year here with the Sparks.
Second overall pick in 2014 by Tulsa. 2 years in Tulsa, a year in Dallas, and now, as you mentioned, her second year here in Los Angeles.
Missed the last free throw. Diamond Shields trying to create some offense on the inside.
Yeah, Diamond has struggled so far in this game, has not been able to get it going.
It's the rebound there. You can see the hesitancy so far from Diamond Shields, but Quigley letting it go, and it continues to be a quiet night so far for Quigley, shooting 3 for 13 so far from the field. Not a quiet night for Nneka Ogwumike.
But where is there an advantage, Angel? And that is with Nneka on the move on Parker. Take it right to Cheyenne Parker.
Agile, moving down the floor. Just one of those players, as well as Candace Parker, that can just dive down, beating some of the guards down on the other end of the floor. Diamond DeShields rises up for 2.
Diamond DeShields.
And that will be her first 2 points of the game. Nice pass by Beer to Nneka Ogwumike. She can't finish that one. Mira Faulkner guarded by Odyssey Sims. Gabby Williams takes that outside shot.
Boy, as hot as she was in Phoenix, she is struggling so far today. Just 1 of 10 for Gabby Williams.
She constantly talks about hitting that wall and playing through. 26 points for her in that Phoenix game. Everything was going for her. Maybe that was a shot attempt by Chelsea Gray. She was trying to find Candace. Candace didn't even go for it. Gabby Williams. Diamond DeShields lets it fly. And yet another missed shot, 1 for 14 from the three-point line by the Chicago Sky. Brian Agler calling the timeout on the floor.
Well, what he's after is some separation. You're keeping it right about 10 points. All these misses by Chicago. Let's build this lead. Let's put this away.
And as far as putting this Chicago team away, we know that they've been able to do a little bit better on the O boards and create an opportunity for themselves where they're pushing in transition. But what other things are you seeing right now that they can create some distance and score?
Well, I think you just have to come down and really run offense with intent and look off these misses by Chicago. A lot of early offense, a lot of early jump shots. Get those rebounds and go. Get in transition, get running, get feeling good.
Well, one way to continue on that is to start with Nneka. Nneka has had an outstanding game so far.
We talk about the connection, Chelsea Gray to Nneka, head up. The beautiful touch. Throw it up where the only person that can get it is Nneka. One more time, little crossover, pick and roll. Then the little obstacle course, weave your way around, and the finish.
What a game so far by Nneka Ogwumike. 14 points, 8 rebounds.
But it's so much more than that. She sits down in that huddle, our camera's there, and what's the first thing we see, Angel? She reaches over to the back of Chelsea Gray and kind of pats her on the back. She'd made the unfortunate pass that no one could connect with, but her mind is always on the team. Hey, get your head in the ball game. I mean, it's very Steph Curry-like when you watch what he does with his team.
And that's why this team is so successful in many ways, as Candace Parker finds Chelsea Gray on the inside. We said that a couple of times too in this game, but to your point, you're saying how close they are, how they're building one another up, and it's not just about one player as with Odyssey Sims, it's about the collective group.
But what does that do if you're on the bench and your teammate says it's okay? Is it takes you out of that thought process and back to the now.
Blocked by Candace Parker.
Her third of the game. She had none coming into this game.
And she's going to take it all the way. Candace Parker, CP3, we see it.
Playing Chicago is special for Candace. There is just no doubt about it. The only game they will have here in LA, the next 2 will be in Chicago. The block. And again, keep it in play, and then you're up at a little hesitation. Enough body control to avoid that help rotation. Not many players in the world can do what Candace Parker can do, and we just saw a whole bunch of it.
Talking to her teammates, and they said when Candace Parker is playing well, watch out. Not many people can stop her. She misses the free throw there, but Kathy Pondexter there to get the O board. Chelsea Gray picks up her dribble. One on the shot clock, has to heave it.
Was thinking pass, and she wasn't thinking shot. She was just not in a position to really have her balance to get that shot up. Nice help rotation early by Nneka.
Team defense is what Brian Agler wants his squad to continue to buy into. Elena Beard just got caught on the back of Vandersloot, and that'll count.
She's so crafty around the basket out at Gonzaga, where she played for Kelly Graves. Beautiful job kind of throwing her body back into Elena Beard, a veteran move.
Courtney Vandersloot, one of those guards where, as you said, one word to describe her is crafty. Being able to do whatever she wants and create even her own shot with that. Not just being the assist person for her squad, but also understanding how to get a few shots for herself.
Next stop for Chicago will be Seattle. Their second visit there, and Vandersloot gets to go back home again.
She knocks that down. The score is 51-40. So far, the Sparks still up in this game. Odyssey Sims, blue jerseys all around her. Nneka Ogwumike battling on the inside. That will be a foul against Indoor.
Well, Indoor's kind of playing defense like she was moving furniture, where you're just trying to like push it down the hallway. I mean, you got to get better position than that.
That's a tough task. Knowing the move, that's not easy. Quanah Williams trying to find her on the inside, comes up with the turnover. That is a 10th so far for the Sparks. 11, excuse me.
Nice ball screen defense by Chicago.
Diamond to Shields. Nice pass underneath to find Stu Indoor, waving up and down for the ball. And of course, Diamond to Shields finds her. 2 minutes here in the third quarter, 51-42. If you're just joining us, I'm Angel Gray alongside Mary Murphy. And you asked for that separation with him, and so far, Nneka Ogwumike misses there, but the foul will be called. Late whistle there. But on the other side, what a look by Diamond to Shields.
The third overall pick, the spin. Looks like she's in the shooting motion, and then just rocks back. Beautiful dish inside.
Another crafty player, another rookie that's been able to step up as Nneka Ogwumike is at the free throw line for 2, knocks down the first one. But the youth movement, not just for the Chicago Sky, across the league has been outstanding. With Seattle, we saw Jordan Canada being welcomed home to LA, been able to be remarkable.
And the team at the top, the Connecticut Sun, sitting at 7-1. You talk about youth movement.
Absolutely.
Right now, just taking this league by storm. And then, of course, Seattle Storm, they're in second at 6-2.
Connecticut certainly clicking on all cylinders at this point in the season. Vandersloot.
And Vandersloot
goes down, and she's holding her ankle, the right ankle.
They don't come much tougher than Courtney Vandersloot.
Allie Quigley will be subbing in for Courtney Vandersloot. You can see here her going baseline. She tried to go behind the back.
Looks like the right.
Stepped on the foot of Essence Carson.
Your foot has nothing to do except roll over. Usually to the outside when you step on somebody's foot. It's just unfortunate. And a good timeout here by Chicago to say, okay, we got to regroup. We got to think about what we're doing.
All right, well, Tuesday, the Sparks are back here to close out the homestand as they host the Atlanta Dream. Don't miss Dream versus Sparks Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Spectrum Sportsnet. I'll be here. Mary will be here. It's a party. We're excited about it.
It will be the last game of a 5-game homestand, and then it is off to the road at Washington and at Chicago.
So they see Chicago today, and a quick turnaround for them between the Atlanta Dream game, and they will be at Chicago next week. We talked about the compact schedule for this year, and we've already seen the Lynx twice in this season. The Lynx have trying to piece things back together right now. It's very uncharacteristic of them at 3-6 so far in the season. Gabby Williams with 1 second left on the clock finds Diamond DeShields. It doesn't go. Turnover by Nneka, top of the key, and a quick foul right there by Raquana Williams, who really wanted to come up with that one.
You know, across the league, as you watch LA play, you are seeing post players do a better job when defending Nneka and Candace up top, really using their hands and trying to take away those passing lanes and taking away vision.
That's what Coach Stocks was telling us before the game, just understanding that the Sparks rotations and how they space is just like better than anyone, with her learning from Brian Adler as well. When she was here, she understands how fluid this offense can be.
She called it a clean offensive system.
Diamond DeShields with the fadeaway doesn't go.
Again, excellent transition defense by Chicago.
Raquana Williams. She can certainly stretch the floor for the Sparks.
She can, and you're happy for her because she works real hard. Oh, Nneka, who turned out the lights.
Not just one hand, but two. That's how many you need for that block. What a block by Nneka Ogwumike. 20 seconds left on the game clock, about 10 seconds left on the shot clock for the Sparks. Odyssey Sims, Raquana Williams again. Doesn't go. Diamond DeShields seeing if she can get the last shot. There's a foul on the floor with about 3.9 left on the game clock. She will shoot. That is Cappy Pondexter's first foul, and the team's fifth.
Coming into this game, Diamond had started every game of the season for Chicago today, came off the bench.
Knocks down the first one.
But just solid numbers for a rookie. 25 minutes a game, 14 points a game, 5 rebounds a game, a couple of assists a game.
Trying to pull it all together for her today. Right now sitting at 3 points, 4 if this goes. And there is a violation, but 1 for 8 so far from the field for Diamond DeShields, 0 for 3 from the three. But another player that when she gets hot, it's showtime for her. 4 points so far for Diamond DeShields, and we saw her bloom in her career, especially at Tennessee. 1 on the shot clock. They don't get a shot off for the Sparks.
LA had a 7-point lead at halftime. They come out in the third quarter and they build. Now 12-point. Better job spacing the floor, securing defensive rebounds, and getting out in transition. Trying to put that Seattle loss behind them and move ahead on this homestand.
Welcome back to Staples. Sparks so far 56-44 against the Chicago Sky, and it's been going all Sparks' way, and that's led by Candace Parker.
Yeah, she comes into this game, did not have a block shot. 3 in this ball game, and all of them leading to transition at the other end. Turn and off we go. Try to take it into the teeth. Parker there, and then we're right back at you. Just bobbing and weaving, little hesitation. Right to the bucket as she does the blow-by on Alex Montgomery.
Not just by Candace Parker, but Brian Adler said, I need my team to be better defensively. I think that is a challenge accepted by his team, doing phenomenally so far in this game. And when you're talking about the big three even, Nneka Ogwumike, Candace Parker, and Chelsea Gray, they have 46 of the 56 points by the Sparks, as Jantel Lavender gets on the board.
And that's the beauty of Lavender. She's, in the past, we've talked about her being the insurance policy. You bring her in, and that's what she can do. Make that shot from 8 all the way out to 3-point range.
That 3-point attempt hits nothing for the Sky. Candace Parker with the ball. And still 27% from the field for the Sky.
One of the best news for LA in that third quarter is Cheyenne Parker did not get an offensive rebound. It's an amazing graphic.
I mean, she has been outstanding so far in this game. You can see her, she's leading all scorers, 14 points, 9 rebounds.
But the rest of the team.
Who can be that boost for the Chicago Sky? Odyssey Sims in her bag for a couple of moves. Candace Parker, another 2.
So you take the wild stab at trying to get over the top and get that steal. It's automatic.
And it's doing her work early. You can see Candace Parker sealing off, just getting the high pass, perfect pass on the inside. Makes it easier for the receiver, which is Candace Parker there. Cheyenne Parker with the ball going up against Jantel Lavender. Doesn't get the ball to fall, but she does, and she picks up the foul. Stepping up for 2. That foul goes against Jantel Lavender, and that is her first.
Just trying to find a move that can get her an angle. And foul going to the bucket.
Cheyenne Parker has been relentless in this game. We've seen her on the boards. We've seen her on the glass as far as working for her second chance opportunities. Misses the first one.
The 3 rookies that have played today for Chicago, a combined 2 of 18.
Another player that they have, that's their first year for the Chicago Sky, Elena Coates, who was out last year. She talked about losing her father as well, and what that meant for her to continue in her season. A player that was a complete standout at South Carolina, winning a championship. 3 ball doesn't fall for Raquana Williams.
These teams have combined for 2 of 22, now 2 of 23 from beyond the arc.
Gabby Williams comes up with the second chance opportunity, but doesn't fall. Odyssey Sims has numbers. But Gabby Williams there clears it out.
Just tremendous hustle. Good job by Odyssey waiting for her teammates to show up, and Gabby Williams just saving the day for her team.
And that's what Coach Sox was also talking about, what Gabby Williams does, just being that utility player, picking up, it's not just about points for her and what she wants to do, but she stood out at Connecticut because of those things that she can do on the defensive end.
Beautiful.
Candace Parker, Mary, you asked, pulled it away so far for the Sparks, 63-45. This is their biggest lead. Another turnover by the Chicago Sky. They will get the ball back. Raquana Williams couldn't quite get to the ball.
See that hustle, see that hustle. Come on, cheer them on.
Amber Stocks trying to orchestrate a comeback.
Do they have what it takes? No, they do not.
Just a disconnect on that possession. Amber Stocks, whose approach coming into the season was sub for strength, have a group, 2 groups of 3, and then you build around that. In this game today, it was Faulkner, Copper, and Diamond, and then Vandersloot, Quigley, and Gabby. And they have been searching for lineups all game long.
And for the ball to go through the hoop, still shooting 26% from the field, 5% from the three-point line. Jantel Lavender lets it go, but Candace Parker right there, and Jamira Faulkner knocks that out of her hands.
They have retaped Vandersloot. She keeps looking down at her coach.
Hello,
you know how
I'm your
that
coach.
works. That's right.
Vandersloot, a tough player, nonetheless. Player, Odyssey Sims. Jantel Lavender letting it go, nothing there. But Vandersloot, you talked about how tough she is with Diamond DeShields at the scores table, waiting to check in on the next dead ball. Missed shot by Amira Faulkner, and yet another missed shot. Odyssey Sims comes up with the rebound.
1 of 20 by Chicago from distance.
When points in the paint was really working for them. They had 28 when they made the surge back before halftime. Candace Parker swarmed by blue jerseys, and Odyssey Sims can't knock it down. There will be a foul called on the floor. It will stay on this side. It's against Jamira Faulkner. That is going to be her second.
That's her second personal foul. First team foul. Raquana Williams checks out Chelsea.
Raquana Williams checks out. Chelsea Gray in, and Neko Gumake comes back in the game for Candace Parker. So now you have Gray, Janto Lavender, Gumake, as well as Essence Carson and Sims for your Sparks. Right place, right time for Chelsea Gray. Tries to get to the basket, but there is a foul here.
Candace Parker has been outstanding from start. Swing it inside the finish.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
LA continues to build this lead, now 18, holding Chicago to just 45 points, and the big three doing the job.
24 points for Candace, NECA 16, 11 points for Chelsea Gray. Night and day performances by this Sparks team, and they're excited to put that Seattle game behind them, especially when you're talking about the homestand. Only losing one game last year and just really bouncing back. And Coach Brian Adler said, my team is capable of doing such. And we've seen that so far in this game.
And you can talk to any player around the league, and they're going to talk to you about you have to have amnesia. You can't, the last game, they come so fast and furious, and Chelsea Gray talked about it at halftime. You know, it's over. We're so happy we get a chance to play quickly, and let's get out there and get after it.
Y'all too young for this.
Neka Gumake being tended to. A little bit of blood on the jersey.
I mean, in a game where there's amazing stats, whether they're amazing good or just amazing, it's plus 17 field goal attempts. Chicago, they have taken 66 shots. LA just 49 because of the 14 offensive rebounds and the 13 turnovers by LA, but shooting 49%, doing a solid job at the free throw line. LA has built this lead.
It hasn't been really pretty if you're looking at different departments for each squad, but it comes down to the Sparks being able to handle the game the way that works in their favor, getting the ball inside, sharing the ball. And when you have the Chicago Sky shooting 1 for 20 from the three-point line, that's something that they are very good at. So they prevented them from getting hot there, whether it's the defense or just a cold night for the Sky. Quigley finds Gabby Williams, hits the backboard. And Essence Carson comes up with it.
Yeah, the life of a rookie. 10 of 13 against Phoenix on Friday. And in this game, 1 of 11. Vandersloot trying to play some post defense on Essence Carson. She gets the call.
Chicago foul number 22.
Talk about how versatile Essence Carson has been able to be for this team. You know that she was out, well, she was in that 4 position with Candace Parker out with the minor back injury, but when her number is called, she is willing to step up every single time.
All right, whether she's playing the 4, the 3.
Or get a bucket. Right there on Jamira Faulkner.
Nice job of recognizing the situation. Where do we have an advantage? The key to scoring in the WNBA.
Chelsea Gray on Diamond to Shields, who has been quiet today. Only 4 points, 1 for 8 from the field.
It's a tough day to be a rookie.
Sometimes you just have some of those games, and like you said, amnesia. How do you bounce back? Right now, Sparks doing a good job of it. Chelsea Gray rises up for 2. So now the score is 69-45. Sparks, who have a good handle on the game so far, if they can close and finish with about 4 minutes left in the game clock. Cheyenne Parker forcing the shot up over about 3 Sparks jerseys.
And that first half was about Parker, wasn't it? She just took control of the paint with her work on the offensive boards, and they have taken that away, LA has.
It's the 14th turnover by the Sparks.
Candace Parker sits. A very, very solid afternoon here at Staples. 24 points on 10 of 14 shooting.
Solid night for Candace Parker. And we're looking at the score at this point. Chicago has only scored a free throw in this quarter. LA 13 points. Tap from behind by Chelsea Gray. And she's going to wait for her team to slow it down just a bit.
Come on, everybody.
Jontel Lavender. Odyssey Sims.
I think we should make a rule. No more threes in this ball game. Just stop it.
I mean, 2 for 12 for the Sparks.
Tomorrow's a new day.
Two for 12 from the 3 for the Sparks. 1 for 21. 4% from the 3 for the Sky. Cheyenne Parker.
I mean, think about that. The Sky come in the second best three-point shooting team in the WNBA at close to 38%. And a lot of it is because of the defense of Los Angeles, certainly. But Chicago just doesn't miss threes with this kind of frequency.
You'll always look at the highest scorer on the opposing team, and you know that Elena Beard is going to be right there to make sure that she's stopping that person. Allie Quigley, that was the matchup for Elena Beard today. She only had 7 points, 0 for 5 from the three-point line. Elena Beard just consistently plays her role, shoots when she needs to shoot, but at the end of the day, she's stepping up on the defensive end, and that's when everybody is playing their role. That's when this team is at their best.
So the big 3 will sit. Parker and Nneka having a nice moment on the bench.
It's always nice to have that moment. Some catch-up time as Kathy Pondexter.
And you know every point she can score against Chicago is going to feel great.
Absolutely. Spent some time there for the trade.
Sid Weiss getting some minutes.
Alex Montgomery with the miss. Sydney Weiss logged a couple of minutes in the last game against Seattle.
And you wonder what's going through the mind of Maria Vadiva as she sits and watches.
She's got to be excited to be a new addition as Copper gets to the rim, but Maria Vadiva, champion on so many different levels and knows how to get it done. And that's one thing that they loved about Maria Vadiva, is that she's faced some of the top players in the WNBA as well as playing alongside Nneka Ogwumike. So as far as the chemistry part of the game, it's exciting when you can bring in another player that has already played with one of the top players on the team. There is a foul on the floor, but we will take a step away. Sparks 71-49. Welcome back to Staples. The Sparks are running away with this one, 71-49 against the Chicago Sky. And let's take a look at today's replay of the game, brought to you by the Equitrust Life Insurance Company, a marquee partner of the LA Sparks.
And it is tough to beat this Equitrust replay of the game. Candace Parker just rearing back, doing her best quarterback imitation, surveying the floor, and just finds a wide open teammate, and the finish.
Showing us that she knows the words to the song too. The DJ always in good form for the crowd here at the Staples Center. Tamara Faulkner. 50 for the Sky, 71 for the Sparks. And as you said, Sydney Weiss in the game for the Sparks. Cappie Pondexter rises up and gets fouled by Jamira Faulkner, and that will be her third.
For 21, Jamira Faulkner. That's her third personal foul. First in the last 2 minutes at the free throw line for the Sparks.
Cappie, the second overall pick in 2006 by Phoenix. Spent 3 years with Phoenix, 5 with the New York Liberty, 3 with Chicago, 2 WNBA championships while she was in Phoenix. What a dynamic duo she was with Diana Taurasi. What a career.
Fun to watch her at any level, just being able to just handle the rock, what she's known for. You can see her even on her off-season, just going in with the guys and just going to work. Cappie Pondexter, one of those entertainment-type players. 73-50 Sparks. Ball goes inside. And Elena Coates, who has checked in the game and the standout from South Carolina, will now step up to the free throw line.
College career ended in such a tough way with that ankle injury. Missed the SEC tournament, the NCAA tournament 2 years ago. Second overall pick in 2017. Rehabbed all of last year and trying to get back after it.
She can bring so much. I mean, her defense has been outstanding. That's what she's known for, especially being on the all-defensive team in the SEC.
She shot 62% in her career.
Efficient. Essence Carson takes a shot at it and drains it. Essence Carson now with 4 points, perfect from the floor.
Just shooting the ball with great confidence.
No hesitation.
Boy, after Thursday night, you just didn't feel very good. And a couple days of good practice and really looking at yourself in the mirror, LA comes out and looks like the LA Sparks. Sharing the ball, the big three having a terrific game. Defensively, absolutely shutting down the Chicago Sky.
Well, Sydney Weiss, there's about 13 seconds left on the shot clock, 33 on the game clock, and Cappie Pondexter seeing if she can come up with another shot. Essence Carson doesn't get it, but Jontel Lavender gets the ball out.
But the race for the top 2 spots is on, and you got to keep winning. Seattle at 6-2, Connecticut at 7-1. LA will do a good job and move to 5-2 on the season.
Essence Carson, yet again, 6 points. And as you said, night and day for this Sparks team and the ability to bounce back and protect home court. Coughlin lets it fly, drains a 3 for the day.
But Angel McCautry's coming to town with the Atlanta Dream. It is going to be on Tuesday night here at the Staples.
Well, for Mary Murphy, I'm Angel Gray saying so long from Staples Center, where the final score is Sparks 77, Sky 59. Be sure to catch our next Sparks telecast on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. when the Sparks take on the Atlanta Dream.